Okay, so we're going to do number 4 in the handout here, and mostly because that's the most complicated of these shapes. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is get my overall dimensions of width, depth, and height. And you could do that by adding these different dimensions together. And so 1.5, 1.5, 2, and 1. This is 6 by 6, and then here it's 4.5 tall. So we're going to go ahead and count that out in squares. I'm going to start down here, give myself plenty of room to work, and I'm going out this way. It's 6, and so I'm going to do 12 squares. And then I'm going up 4.5, which is 9 high. And I'm marking that with my dots. 9 high here. And then my depth is also 12, so I'm going this way, 12. Sorry, that should be 6, right? 6, and since there's 2 squares per inch, it's 12. And then this is again, so you can see my box now laid out here. And we're just going to pick a spot and look for where it touches that outside edge. And you can pick it anywhere, but usually I start with my front view if I can. And I'm looking for what feature in here is on this outside edge. And I'm looking at the top view. And the top view shows me that this part right here is all the way forward. In other words, if this is my front side view, then those 2 squares are all the way forward here. So now the question is just, where are they in this front view? Well, this part right here kind of ties in with this line. And this part is this line right here. And so what I'm looking at really is this L shape. That L shape is going to tie in with this top and this view right here where it stair steps down. And you can see where this square is recessed all the way back there. So where I'm going to be making is this shape right here, starting in the bottom left corner, and I'm going to go up. This is 1.5 and 1.5, so this is 6. This is 3, and since I'm doing 1.5 squares, this is going to be 6 by 6, and then this is 3, 3, and 3. So I'm just going to space that out, starting in this back corner, and I'm going to go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 3 down, 3 over, and then down again. So go ahead and, as we're going to do each of these, we're going to go ahead and draw them in with object lines as we go. You can do construction lines if you're not 100% certain of what you're doing. But just to keep things, use the lines on the graph paper to help you out. But use a ruler on these. Otherwise, you're gonna, if you try just freehand winging these things, it's gonna look like a mess. Okay, so that's that first little L shape right here. From here, I could build on one of these lines that I've got here, 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 or here. I'm gonna go ahead and use this top line, and that top line's right here in this view. And so what I've got is this big rectangle shape that is not really very well defined, is it? So we know it's 3 here, and these are 2, so this is going to have to be 4, or times 2, so times 2, so this is 8. So I'm going back this way. This should have had a dimension on it right here, but I don't have it in this view, but I have it in this view here. Okay, so remember that this dimension and this dimension are the same. Okay, so that means that this one, if this is 2 and this whole thing is 6, then this has got to be the 4. Okay, so that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8 to here. So this is going to go over like that. One thing that I like to do when I'm coloring, when I'm doing these, is as I've created a shape, remember that it only appears as a two-dimensional shape in one view, and so everywhere else it's one-dimensional. So as I've created that view, I go ahead and color it in so I know where kind of what I've done. And so I've done this L and I've done this rectangle. So this rectangle looks like it's a cube that lifts up. You can see here where in the front view, I see another square. And so if I'm looking at it this way, I'm going to see a square here. And in the top view, to make it three-dimensional, it goes too deep. So again, this is 3 squares high. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then it goes all the way to the back corner, 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my back corner dot. So that made sense there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case here, I'm going to do 2 at the same time. I'm going to do this rectangle and this rectangle. You can get that part. The rest of this is pretty easy. Like I said, this is the hardest shape of the bunch. Okay, so that's this square here. And now I'm going to get this back one. Okay, so that's this shape here. All right. Where to go next? Okay, I haven't done anything in this view here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. This square, we've got these 2 lines of this square done, so we might as well go ahead and finish it off. And so we can see that that's going all the way down like that. Okay, so that's this square. I have this long rectangle, and it ties right in with this length here. I already have this line drawn. So we're just going to go 3 down and finish it off here. So we already have 1, 2, 3 to here, 1, 2, 3 to here. So let's close that off. Okay, so that's this one. Let's see. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this. And in the top view, I got this rectangle. This one's right next to it, so it's going to be parallel here. And it's offset all the way to the back in this view here. You can see where it's all the way back and right on top of this one. So it is also 3 squares wide. Let's go from here. And then all the way here, 4 deep. Okay, so that's the top view of this. This right side view, 3 by 3 all the way around. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3 over. So I'm right here. Okay, so there's that front view. And let's go ahead and finish this cube off with the right side view of this cube is right here. And so that just closes this off. So I'm 3 down and 4 across this way. Okay, so that's now this cube here. Okay, now it gets a little tricky. You say now it gets tricky? Yes, now it gets tricky. So I've got this rectangle here. We know it's not right here on the end. It's got to be offset. In fact, in this view here, I can see where it's offset back just a little bit. And this is 1 deep, which means it's 2 squares deep. And so from the top, I'm going to go this way to here, 2 spaces. And in fact, that's what this little square is this right here. So let's go ahead and do this one. It's 2 over and then down. Okay, so that one there is this little one. And now I'm going to go and I can build off of that. This line right here is this line right here. And we're going to go this way. 4 spaces, it looks like. No, one, I'm sorry, 3 spaces here. This is 3. So I've done, nope, I already did that one. No, I'm doing this space right here. This is 4. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the line we're drawing right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then sometimes it's easy to lose your perspective on these 3D sketches. They all start to look alike. Okay, so this view right here, that's why we shade them, is this. And again, I have this long, right on this corner is right here, is this corner. And so from here, I'm going to go 4 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll give me this rectangle right here. Okay, that one's done. And so now I've kind of started to make this big shape here. This is all level with each other, and I've already got 3, and then 2, 4, and 4. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. I'm going to go 2 this way. And then this is 6 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and that lines up perfectly right there. So that should take me all the way to the end. So we'll go ahead and finish that surface off. Okay, so that's the whole top here. And we're almost done. I've got this little square right here, just finishing this off. Okay, that's that one. And then the last one is this rectangle right down here. Not so bad when you break it up. Really is just one square at a time. It's just figuring out where to start. Once you start, it's pretty straightforward. Make sure you use your tonal shading on these when you're done. Okay, and what I'm going to do is pause while I shade, and then I'll show you the final view here. Okay, so I finished off this project with the shading. If you take a look in here where this is, again, everything facing this right side is a little darker than everything facing this side is just a little lighter. And of course, the top I'm leaving completely blank. So that should be your finished shape.